Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have a discussion on the concept of dream interpretation. So now guys, making a video on this topic was long overdue. Like ever since Jupiter transited the Pisces sign, this topic was in the back of my mind because as you know that Pisces, which represents the original 12th house energy in the Kal Purush Kundli, 12th house which has everything to do with the state and quality of our sleep, which has everything to do with the authenticity of the sort of prophetic dreams which we are eligible enough to be receiving. So in this video, we will try to decode all aspect of it, like what could be the eligibilities or combinations basis astrology, what could be the scientific explanation to it, where you can find a resonance between the Eastern philosophies and the Western philosophy. Because when we talk about Eastern philosophy, so in India there has been so many sacred texts which are devoted to it, which comes in the category of the science of the interpretation of the omens. Like I have started my journey in these occult subjects first from the science of palmistry, which comes in the bracket of the Samudrik Shastra, and also the Swapna Shastra is also an integral part of it. And also when we talk about the Western philosophy, over there as well a lot many psychologists has also contributed to the research work which they have done in the interpretation of the dreams. So in this video we will try to blend everything. And also guys, I will also give you my interpretation of a certain distinctive sort of occurrence of things, people, animals in your dreams. Like specifically what could be the top listed warning signs in the form of specific dreams, what could be the specific good omen causing dreams. So in this video we will try to discuss everything. Now friends, before we will start, I want to first bring your attention to one important aspect, that if you have noticed, if you will go to the Wikipedia page of some of the important prominent shrines and temples in India, you will find over there that the location of the main idol of that temple has been instructed by the god himself in the dream to some specific person. Like for example, if you will take up the Wikipedia page of the Mehendipur Balaji, one of the prominent shrine dedicated to Lord Hanuman. So you will find over there that as per the Mehendipur Balaji story, the three deities of the temple came in Shri Mehant Ji's dream and ordered him to be ready for fulfilling his duty. Now if you will look at the Wikipedia page of the Salasar Balaji, you will also find over there that it is said that landlord in that place also had a dream on the same day. In the dream, Lord Hanuman ordered him to install the idol in a mandir in Salasar. And friends, this is just, I'm talking about the northern part of the India. Like if you will go to the southern part, trust me, over there these kind of events have taken place in lot many shrines. Now see, I want to be very honest over here. Like when we talk about your devotion, so that cannot be measured on a scale. But in my spiritual journey and my research, what I have found is that you cannot compare the intensity which the southern people in India they put forth. Now in the form of whether in the art, whether in creativity, or whether in devotion. Like certain religious rituals just are so difficult to follow, but you will definitely see that southerners in the southern part of India, they very religiously, very rigorously follow that. Now what is happening in India is that even in the medium of the films and cinema, now everyone is like appreciating the kind of detail oriented work the regional cinema in the southern part of India is putting forth. So that is the same case even in the religion and the religious austerities as well. So yes guys, this was one thing which I wanted to take your attention towards. Now we will start our discussion first with how you can categorize different form of dreams. And now guys, I also want to make it very clear over here that when I talk about dreams, so we will be focusing only on the state and quality of the dream and the kind of vision or situation or sequence of event you will witness over there. Like many times what happen is that, let's say for example, I will share one very simple example in my own family. So my sister, she is a professional Reiki healer as well. So in her case, she has got a Cancer Lagna with ascendant Lord Moon being in the 9th house in the Pisces sign. So both her ascendant and ascendant Lord are of a water sign. And not only that, even in her D9 chart, she again has a Pisces rising over there. And it has happened so many times that there was some disturbance at the home and she just got that instinct of it. And she immediately called my mom that, is everything fine? And she has done the same with me as well. That if I'm going through some rough patch or rough phase or any bad day, she will get that instinct. So here we are not talking about the instincts or intuition. Here we are talking only about the interpretation and decoding of your dreams. So now guys, if I have to put that in a category, so your dreams can be put in 4 categories. So the first category is of the precognitive. So that means looking at something beforehand, like a sequence of events which are about to take place in your life and you saw that in your dreams. Now guys, you have to be smart enough in order to distinguish between the prophetic dreams with non-important dreams. Now when I say non-important dreams, so for someone who had too much alcohol before going to bed and whatsoever hallucination or visions you had, that is not valid. And let's say for example, if you have eaten a lot before going to bed and you just start getting these kind of nightmares, that will also not qualify as a prophetic dream. And in many cases what happen is that just because you do not want to go to the washroom and your stomach is filled with pee, you have to go to urinate, and in the dream you are seeing the Niagara fall, or suddenly the heat cut down and you're feeling cold and you are dreaming of some Alaska snow-clad mountains. So all those things are not a part of given importance that this could be categorized as a prophetic dream. When I say prophetic dreams, you have to be wise and smart enough to distinguish it. Weed out the unnecessary details which you will very soon get to know. So guys, out of all the 4 categories, the first category is of the precognitive dream, where we talk about that you saw something before in hand. Now I will share one experience my own. So once what happened in the dream, I'm just talking to my mom that I'm going through some rough patch or I'm very frustrated, and I'm just telling mom that I don't know why everything is getting delayed. So my mom said, don't worry, everything is gonna be happening soon in your life. And immediate after that, I saw the idol of Lord Ganesha, like the feet of Lord Ganesha. So when we talk about, like, this could be put forth in a category of a prophetic dream. So okay guys, so the first category is of the precognitive dream. Now second category is of the warning. Now when I say warning, so definitely we will have our detailed discussion in this. So you saw something very unpleasing which is distinctively categorized as a warning, alarming sign, like some sort of premonition. So this could be a second category of the dream. Third category is of the factual. So let's say for example, if you are already in a state of dilemma regarding any important decision which you have to take, and in the dream you got the clarity of your that confusion. So this could be that third category of the dream. And the fourth category is the inspirational one, where in your dream, this could be the divine guidance, this could be that some sort of epiphany or realization which took place because of the way the whole sequence of events got created in your sleep in the form of your dream. Now guys, when we talk about the interpretation, so how you can do that? So that's very simple. First of all, the parts you remember, that will become very important. If a dream is prophetic in category. It has something important message to give it to you, so you will definitely remember the part of it. It is not going to be very vague in your memory next day when you will wake up. Second thing is that, so vividness and clarity of it we discussed. Third thing is the timing of it. Now when we talk about the how soon an event is gonna happen, so generally what is believed is that if you will see a dream in the Brahm Muhurat, in the early hours of the morning, or nothing could be better than that, while dreaming you woke up, so then the occurrence of that event taking place in your life, the possibility of that becomes very strong. And the second thing is that even in the dream you have to be a part of it. So let's say for example, if the lotus, let's take up the case of lotus. So if lotus in the science or in the dictionary of the dream interpretation has got some positive interpretation of it, so if you are observing that lotus far from within your dream, then the possibility of that event taking place, like whatsoever is the outcome of that dream, the possibility of that event taking place in your life can be seen as that it might take place in very farther away time. But if you are a part of that dream, the epicenter element of that dream, which is a lotus, so you are holding that in your hand, or someone is gifting it to you, or in your dream you constructed a whole story that you actually struggled a lot in order to get your hands on a lotus, and you took it to a goddess Lakshmi's temple and you offered it over there. So then this can be interpreted as the final outcome or the gist of the meaning of your dream, and the occurrence of the event is gonna be very short term in nature. So very soon that event is going to be taking place in your life. Now guys, you have to also see that there should not be any contradiction between the major and minor elements in your dream, because otherwise it could indicate a delay. So let's say for example, in your dream you are seeing that you are getting rewarded for something, but around you or in the audience there are empty chairs. So there are too much contradiction in the dreams as well. So then this could also indicate that whatsoever award which your dream is giving you indication of, the outcome of that or the occurrence of that might take place in distant future. Now guys, just because I have already explained it to you that all those dreams which we generally see in the early morning hours, Brahm Muhurat, and over here as well I want to make it very clear, the kind of short nap which we generally take in the afternoon, in the science of dream interpretation, they are not considered as very valid. Like specifically why we say the Brahm Muhurat, early morning hours, definitely it has got some religious importance attached to it, but also like let's take the ideal case. If you went to sleep at 10 in the night, so that means if at 4 in the morning you're gonna get some prophetic dream, so your food has already digested, your mind is now relaxed because of the vicissitudes or all the ups and downs or mess of the whole day, and now your mind is in that state to receive the prophetic guidance. So because of that we say that the early morning hour dream tend to remain very valid and hold very strong importance, and if you wake up while seeing that dream, nothing could be better than that. Okay guys, now let's look at other alignments, different kind of dreams, and then I will share my insights on the astrology combinations. So what has been believed is that if you will see in the dreams, because a lot many times people keep on asking me this question that I saw a dead person, I saw some wild animal. So now what has been believed that if you will see a wild animal, so here I'm not talking about a pet, I'm talking about a wild animal, and you are in that dream and you are running away trying to save yourself, so you are not comfortable, you are scared in the dream being chased by a wild animal. So in our Swapna Shastra, in our Eastern Samudrik Shastra books, it has been attached as a sign of not a very good omen pertaining to the matters of your health. So we say that, like, it's very simple. If you have seen a dog in your dream, so then next day, following day, visiting a Lord Kal Bhairava temple will be very protective for you. Or if you do not have access to Lord Kal Bhairav's temple, so even the recitation of Kal Bhairavashtakam will be very harmonious for you. Or like if you have seen a lion, I would say the worship of goddess Durga will be very important for you, asking for the protection. Or if you have seen a bull or snake or any other wild animal, then I would say the worship of Lord Shiva. Following day, recitation of the Mahamrityunjaya mantra will become very, very important for you. Now guys, the next category is that if you will see snakes. Now definitely snake is the most commonly asked questions in all the social media community, that I saw a snake in the dream, so how shall I interpret it? So I want to be very honest over here. Like, seeing snake generally is an indication of, because Rahu and Ketu nodes are connected with these snakes. So if you will see specifically colorful snakes, and that too very frequently in your dreams, that just tells about that the energy of Rahu and Ketu might not be working out favorably in your life. So any of the dosh nivaran for the nodes Rahu Ketu will become important. So again, it is not considered as positive. So negative effect of Rahu and Ketu is very easy to judge. Rahu's negative influence could be giving you confusion, too much inclination towards the intoxicants, and the negative side of Ketu could be some sudden extreme negative event which might take place in your life. So yes, this is how you can decode these, like seeing snakes, which is generally attached with the Sarp dosha and different Kal Sarp dosha and those effects. So I would say that the following day, recitation of the Mahamrityunjaya mantra will become very important. Now it has to be a prophetic dream. It's not like that you overate and then you had this dream and you interpreted it as a kind of prophetic dream. Now because I guess yesterday only there was this news that there was this one lady in Indonesia. So she went to forest to get the rubber and she was swallowed by a python. And there has been picture even in the Google, you can search it. Like, I'm making this video on October 26th, 2022. You can search it on the internet. So, so because of which, so whatsoever you saw the whole day, sometimes it remains in your subconsciousness. So that is the only reason you have to only give attention towards the dreams which you see in the early morning hours. Now guys, the next category could be if you will see that you are in a very muddy area, you are sinking in a very quicksand kind of thing. So that is also not a very good sign, which many times tells about some sort of financial crisis. So that either you are in a swampy area, you are sinking down. So that tells about that, yeah, this could be an indication of some financial problems which might be heading towards your way. So friends, a lot many things which I am sharing right now, they have been picked from this book, The Dreamer's Dictionary, which I randomly ordered from Amazon because the review of this book was very good, and the name, it has been written by Lady Sterren Robinson and Tom Corbett. So let's say for example, they have made a whole dictionary, like more than 3,000 meaning like of the dreams. Like for example, if you will see emerald in a dream, so they have written as, in the mysterious East, this valuable jewel is interpreted as one of the greatest possible harbingers of good fortune. However, in the West, its meaning is somewhat qualified to one of assured success, but only following trials and frustration. So yes guys, like you pick up any page. Now let's look at some other word. So if I look at this word, seeing pendulum in the dreams. So this book has explained it as a sudden change of plans will upset your regular routine. If you dreamed of a pendulum, however, if you can manage to accept the change without a display of undue anxiety, it will prove to be ultimately beneficial. Now they also have this like seeing the meaning of a pen in your dream. So as one would expect, pens in a dream signify news from a distance, If you broke or damaged the point or the pen went dry, you are being warned that you are endangering your reputation by associating with people of questionable character. So yes guys, these are certain meanings. I'm just giving you the reference of what I generally come across in all the social media discussion on the dreams. So apart from that guys, let's say for example, if you will see any big tree falling, so in the dream, so that can also indicate being deprived of a father-like figure or a guide or a mentor in your life. And guys, most important question is that a lot many times people ask me about seeing a dead family member. Now basis our Hindu rituals, we generally say that if you will see any of your ancestor and you will see them like being in a happy and contented state, then this is not a matter of concern or worry. But if you will see that a dead family member of your family is asking for food in the dream, then this can indicate towards some sort of Pitra dosha in the chart of a lot many people in the family. So Pitra dosh nivaran becomes very important. And guys, all those people who follow the Lal Kitab remedies, in Lal Kitab there are certain distinctive characteristics and signs which are mentioned over there. Like let's say for example, like even in the traditional Indian homes, even irrespective of the fact that milk is still pasteurized, a lot many household, they boil the milk before consuming it. Or let's say for example, in certain occasions, like when we talk about Sarva Pitra Amavasya. So I have heard this thing from lot many people that they were trying to make the rice pudding on that day as a part of the ritual, and on that specific day only the milk got burnt. So these are the certain signs which tells about some sort of a Pitra dosha which you might have in your chart. For that you have to do, I would say, if you have these kind of events happening in your life, like even if you are a non-Hindu and you keep on seeing the dead elderly family members and they're asking for food in the dream, then we say that specifically on the new moons, doing donation on the new moons become very important, and specifically feeding crows and dogs become very important. Okay guys, now so the point which I have written over here is that from this book, that if you are heading towards some important travel and you see any deceased family member or dead family member who is calling you or you are going with him, so that is considered as a bad omen. So that means it will be much in your favor if you're gonna cancel that trip. Now friends, what could be the signs of it? So now we will shift our discussion to the astrology. So definitely if you have to be very much eligible enough for receiving these sort of prophetic dreams, so definitely we have to give attention towards the water houses of our chart, like the so-called moksha bhava, which are the 4th house, 8th house and the 12th house. Now friends, over here as well, this is just my interpretation, because I have seen lot many astrologers, they give attention to the 3rd house, that they say that 4th house is the original house of the moon, so 12th from it, because it is also the house of your subconsciousness. But in my calculation, I will attach more importance to the 4th house, 8th house, 12th house for any external communication or any astral, any spirit communication taking place with you. Now we have already discussed the 4 categories of the dreams, and here I am only talking about the prophetic dreams. So you have to give attention to these 3 houses. Second thing is that if you will find that your moon is placed in these house, that is a very good sign. Or individually as well, if your moon is also in the water sign, nothing could be better than that. That means your mind, your subconsciousness is very much open and receptive towards the external communication from the astral world. Now guys, when we talk about the planets which play a very important role over here, so definitely we have to attach importance to the nodes Rahu and Ketu, because these are the entities which are or which can be seen as connecting us with the astral world. Now over here as well, I want to make it very clear, because what happens is that, see, even at the time when this whole churning of the ocean took place, where Vasuki was used as a rod in order to do the this Samudra Manthan, in order to churn up the ocean. So the gods, they hold the tail part of the snake, and the demons, they took hold of the head part of the serpent. So because of which Rahu is the head part of the snake. So if we will see Rahu and Ketu as the two parts of the snake, so the poison is always there at the head part of the snake. So because of which, generally what has been seen, that Rahu is more responsible for giving you the news of warning sort of dreams, like where we talk about premonition, or getting this or seeing any of the accidents in the dream, or some sort of unpleasing event taking place in the life of the dreamer. So generally those channels or those indications come more from the Rahu. But when we talk about the role of Ketu over here, so Ketu is more inclined towards giving you some divine instruction, like the way I explained the example of the Salasar Balaji, Mehendipur Balaji, or like in all those cases where people get this divine instruction. So then Ketu generally holds a major role in all those areas. Now guys, apart from that, definitely Jupiter and Saturn also becomes very important, because Jupiter is the actual planet which represents the divine blessing, divine grace. I always say this thing: whatsoever charity we do, whatsoever religious austerity we perform, the result of that enter in our life through Jupiter's placement in our natal chart. So Jupiter becomes very important for that. Now Saturn is also important because somehow the Saturn ruled nakshatra, they falls in the water signs. That is one sign. Second thing is that because Saturn is also very highly karmic planet, and let's say for example, many times people have this wrong notion that Saturn is only there to cause trouble and difficulty in our life. You have to understand this thing: Saturn is a very slow moving planet. Now when we perform the remedies, what does that mean? If you are a kind of a person who is very spiritually oriented, so that means whatsoever karma is in store for you, you have to go through that. But definitely doing all these remedies can actually give you some sort of hint in the form of to re-evaluate your actions which you are performing. So because of which Saturn can also play a pivotal role in giving you the guidance or warning signs through these prophetic dreams. So okay guys, now we have understood that a 4th house, 8th house, 12th house plays a very pivotal role. Rahu, Ketu becomes important, but Ketu is more important for the divine instruction, guidance, like all those people who have, like they got the guidance from their guru or from their Isht Devta by himself in the ground in that location, dug it out and install a proper temple over there. So Jupiter and Ketu plays a very important role over there, and Saturn has more to do with giving us inspiration through these divine or prophetic dreams. Now guys, when we talk about the nakshatras, so I would say that specifically Ketu nakshatra becomes very important over here without any doubt. Ashwini, Magha, Mula. If your moon is placed in these nakshatra, definitely you can trust your dreams, you can trust your intuition. Saturn nakshatra also becomes very important, whether we talk about Pushya, Anuradha, or even Uttara Bhadrapada. Uttara Bhadrapada is considered as the pinnacle of the spirituality. So Saturnian nakshatra becomes very important. Now guys, the catch over here with this one specific nakshatra, which is the nakshatra of Rahu, which is Sadbhisha, is that now it has been believed by a lot many astrologers, psychics, mediums who follow the Eastern Hindu philosophy, that Sadbhisha natives generally tend to remain under the control and power of some third entity like Tisri Shakti or astral power. So no matter how much this person is trying to put his efforts in one specific direction, but there is some external control which remains in the hand of some astral entity, specifically for all those people who tend to remain very predominantly in the influence of Sadbhisha. So now this could be that your Lagan, like you are a Aquarius ascendant person with your ascendant in the Sadbhisha Nakshatra, or ascendant lord in the Sadbhisha Nakshatra, or moon in the Sadbhisha. And that too, guys, specifically if let's say for example you are a Pisces Lagna person and your ascendant lord or moon is placed in the 12th house in the Sadbhisha, then trust me, you can have strong faith in your dreams. Or even if you are a Cancer Lagna and your ascendant lord moon is placed in the 8th house and in the Sadbhisha Nakshatra, then definitely external energies are always around you and they are always communicating with you. So guys, these are the certain alignments which I wanted to say. So in this video, what we learned is that first of all, how to distinguish between that just a very heavy cheesy meal in the dinner and getting confused with whatsoever you saw in your dream with some sort of divine instruction. We also discussed about different interpretation of the dreams and what all are the alignments or yogas in the chart which can give you this indication that yes, you are receptive, you are eligible enough to receive these sort of prophetic dreams. Now guys, what happened is that I am very much sure that a lot many people who must be watching this video, they must having these yogas in their chart. That is the only reason you are interested in all these spiritual sciences. And those who are not having it, they might be regretting that why I don't have this yoga in my chart. But guys, I want to be very honest over here, having these kind of yogas in your chart is not always a blessing, because I have seen all these people who tend to have, like, because on one side you are being blessed and gifted with these kind of potential talents, but this comes with a additional burden or cost of having a very highly strung nature, very pent up energy troubling you. And these are those people who tend to go through lot of emotional turmoil at the time of eclipses, at the time of new moon, full moon. So everything has got a pros and cons for it. But yes, this is something which I wanted to explain as a part of my contribution on this topic. Whatsoever your views are, your inputs are, or you have certain alignments or yogas in your chart and you have got the right set of guidance from the dreams, so please feel free to share your experiences as well. Now guys, again, one more thing which I want to share over here is that one thing is about the dreams and another thing is about those instincts. Like I still remember this one incident which happened, unpleasing incident I would say. Now this could be because of my moon nakshatra being of Rahu, that there was a known person, acquaintance of mine, so he committed suicide. And when he was going through that phase, no one would have, like, I was not even initiated in astrology that time, but yes, because me being a healer, he was all the time, before he committed that, all the time he's just coming to me, sharing his problem, sharing his ordeal or the emotional, psychological, mental problem he was going through. But what happened was that after when he committed that, which was very shocking for everyone, after that Hindu ritual which got performed on the 13th day, when I was sleeping, I felt that energy around me. So now this was not a dream, but I felt that energy presence close to me. And the moment I opened my eyes, that feeling dissipated. But I was very much sure that what sort of energy was it. So again guys, this was not a dream, but there are different ways of cleverance, of instincts, of intuition. But this video was exclusively dedicated and devoted only to the interpretation of the dreams. So for further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.